Have they ever tried to extinguish your dreams, haven't they? I know. They did the same to King David. He also suffered just like you are suffering today. His dream wasn't so different from yours, you know. His anguish was so similar to yours that you will be surprised. But you already know the end of this story, don't you? Perhaps not from the perspective I'd like to present to you in this video. David used 5 great strategies to prevent the enemy from destroying his dreams. The first of the 5 things David did was to pray without ceasing. David knew that in moments of loneliness and despair, turning to God was to find refuge and strength. He teaches us through his words, "Let my prayer come before you. Incline your ear to my cry," as it says in Psalms 88:2. This reminds us that when they try to kill our dreams, suffocating our hearts with doubts and fears, we should make prayer our first recourse. Every word we lift up to the heavens is like a beam of light dispersing the darkness. The second thing David learned was the importance of surrounding himself with faithful counselors. He knew that, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another, as stated in Proverbs 27:17. In our journey, we should not walk alone. Just as David sought wisdom from prophets and loyal friends, we should surround ourselves with people who help us keep the flame of our dreams alive. Think about the last time you faced a difficult decision, perhaps choosing a career path or making a major financial decision. How valuable was it to have someone by your side to offer a different perspective or advice based on love and truth? Similarly, when David faced Goliath, he wasn't alone. He had the wisdom and faith nurtured by the community around him, strengthening his spirit. Having someone to share your struggles and victories can completely transform the course of your journey. These people are your sharpeners. They help refine your qualities, strengthen your faith, and illuminate your path. Seek them out, value them, and also be a sharpener in others' lives. This is the power of community. Together, we are stronger, wiser, and infinitely more capable of realizing the dreams that God has given us. The third strategy of David was resilience. Facing giants, both literal and figurative, David shows us that, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me," as stated in Psalms 23:4. He teaches us that challenges do not define our destiny. Our unwavering faith guides us through them. Imagine yourself facing a day-to-day challenge, whether it's a conflict at work, a barrier in a relationship, or even that personal project that seems to never materialize due to constant obstacles. David faced Goliath in his life, not only in the form of a giant, but also in internal battles of fear and doubt. Every time you encounter a Goliath, remember that resilience is the weapon you possess to bring down giants. Believe in the strength that comes from your faith, just as David believed. And remember, every defeated giant is a testimony of your strength and resilience, a story you will have to tell, showing that, regardless of the size of the challenge, faith in God and in yourself can lead to victory. The fourth lesson from David is the practice of gratitude. Even before seeing God's promises materialize in his life, he chose to praise. "I will come into your house with burnt offerings. I will pay you my vows," he declares in Psalm 66:13. Anticipatory gratitude is a powerful act of faith, a celebration of blessings to come. Imagine how your life would change if, every morning, you took a moment to thank for something that has not yet happened, but which you are believing for. This positive expectation opens doors for faith to grow and flourish in your heart. By practicing anticipatory gratitude, you not only strengthen your faith, but also transform your perception of reality, facing each day with renewed hope and eyes open to the countless blessings that await you. Finally, the fifth and last thing David teaches us is patience. He understood that there is a time for every purpose under heaven, As Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, the fulfillment of God's dreams in our lives occurs in divine timing, not ours. Patience is the art of trusting in God's perfect timing, knowing that each season of life has its purpose and beauty. Sometimes the wait may seem long and arduous, but it is during this period that our character is forged and our faith is tested and strengthened. So join me in this prayer and ask God to teach you the same strategies as David. Repeat after me. Lord, teach me to pray without ceasing, bringing every concern and dream to your altar. God, surround me with faithful counselors who guide me with your wisdom and love. Help me to be resilient, facing life's giants with courage and unwavering faith. Cultivate in me a grateful heart, one that praises even before seeing promises fulfilled. And finally, grant me patience to wait for your perfect timing, knowing that you have the best for me. Now, I invite you, share this prayer with someone who needs to be reminded of the power of these divine strategies. Be a bearer of light, spreading hope and encouragement. Together, strengthened by faith and guided by David's strategies, we are more than capable of seeing God's dreams come true in our lives. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below how these strategies can transform your journey. Your interaction could be the sign of hope someone was waiting for today.